pressure and economic pressures and everything, you name it. Question is, how do we get from the chaos that we perceive in the world to this world that our prophets, our Rabbanim tell us is going to be a perfect world? When Mashiach ben David comes, we're going to have a perfect world. We're going to have a base. The Holy Temple is going to be back in Jerusalem. All the Jewish people, the children of Israel, will be living in Israel in peace.
Came back to the way it was.
And it's going to be perfect. It's going to be a world of purity and peace, no fear, justice, and all the peoples of the world are going to be living in a world of peace. How on earth could there be a realistic scenario from which we get to this current world of chaos in which we're living into that world of perfection that we know is coming? Can you give me a realistic scenario how we could get from here to there? That's what 2020 vision, that's the purpose of it. I hope with God's help I achieved something toward that. And it is a story. We use the word novel for lack of a better term. I mean, it's not the perfect description, but, you know, it's maybe the best we have. And how do we get from here to there? Using, it starts off, my wife and I, in our home. That's where it begins. Familiar surroundings.
Does it actually, like, say Neuberger in their house, or does it come?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I mean, my name's on the front of the book, and it's about me and my wife, and it's our names, and it's our children, and then our children's friends, and then it's a group of Jews, and there is a cataclysmic attack on the U.S. and the entire Western world. There is what our rabbis predicted, the Muslim world and the Western world are in a huge cataclysmic conflict, and this group of Jews is trying to survive, and actually in a totally chaotic world somehow find its way back to the land of Israel, which seems impossible. And this is a story of going through all these dangers and this chaos, and how at the end, I don't want to reveal the ending, but it is unbelievably exciting, and that's the basic story.
You mentioned to me recently when we spoke about something from the Chafetz Chaim, that those who it brings down those who are standing in the right path won't have to, any harm in this period of time. When this time comes that redemption will take place, that the rest of the world will be in a turmoil and everything will be upside down, the tzaddikim, the righteous ones, won't be affected.
Yeah, very interesting. This is an amazing statement that I heard in the name of the Chafetz Chaim. Basically what he said was that there will be 3 wars before Mashiach. He said the First World War was the first one. He predicted the Second World War, and he died between the 2 wars. And then he said, obviously, if we all do tshuva, and we hope that happens, Mashiach is going to come b'shalom, and we won't have any war. Be'ezus Hashem. But if that doesn't happen, so then there will be a 3rd war, and after that war, Mashiach ben David will come. But the Chafetz Chaim said that the 3rd war would be different from the first 2, in that in the 3rd war, any person who cleaves to the Torah, who understands the Torah is true, and who understands that our one hope is to stick to Hashem with all our strength, and Torah and mitzvahs, and sees the falsity, the emptiness of the surrounding culture, the culture of Gullus that we've lived in for 2,000 years, that person will get through the 3rd war unscathed. This is what you said, Yossi. Get through the 3rd war unscathed and live in the time of Mashiach ben David and Beis HaMikdash and the Geula Shalema. And it's interesting also, there is raya. It says we have a famous saying, "Masei Avos Siman Labanim," that also we see in the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim in the Torah when we left Egypt. Rashi tells us that, and other commentators tell us that not everybody left. Some say 20% left.
Yeah.
Left Egypt, whatever the exact percentage is or number is. But the point is, those who stuck with Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron HaKohen made it out of Egypt.
Kept alive.
And that's our ticket. That's our ticket. There's one ticket. There's no other. It seems there's no other ticket. Just sticking to Hashem and sticking to Torah, and that is the ticket to make it through everything.
To make it work.
Make it work.
And I was understanding, you told me that, I don't know all the details involved, but you told me that there is some guy in Hollywood working on something with this book about some type of.
Yes, very exciting. This is, I will tell you, by the way, that 2020 will, Be'ezus Hashem, shortly be out also, besides English, also in Hebrew and Spanish and maybe other languages in the future. But yes, that is true. We have people who are very, very interested in making a movie out of this. It's perfect. The fact is, Havdol, that the non-Jewish world...
This is what they're interested in now.
Yeah,
the
whole world is tuned into this, but they don't know what to make of it, because this is really a Jewish subject. It's really the subject...
Except this book goes to 2020 is the end, they hold by 2012 is the end.
I understand. 2020, first of all, is a little bit of a pun in English, because it means perfect vision as well as a year. But first of all, we're not supposed to speculate on an exact moment. We don't know when it's going to be. But whatever the date is,
listen, I'll be happy to change this to 2010 right now.
You and me both.
Okay.
I think a lot of us would be.
Okay.
And how about today? And
Amen.
and so so the non-Jewish world is making movies and so on, but this is a Jewish theme. This is all from the prophets and all from the Talmud, and this has been a Jewish theme forever, since the Torah was given to us, that there would become a time when after the final gullus, there's going to be a redemption. And we're clearly very, very close to it. So we do have people who are, what shall I say, without going into too many details right now, more than interested. We have people who are actually working right now on turning this into a movie, L'Shem Shemayim. We also have rabbis who are very great people who are supporting us on this, who are working with us on every step of the way, so it should be the correct thing, with a proper values, shall we say, that an observant Jew would feel comfortable watching such a thing. But the whole idea is that we should make the reality of the coming of Mashiach clear, how it could really happen, and understand that it's really going to happen, and how we could fit into that scenario.
Okay. Well, Roy, we appreciate you speaking with us, and you can check out his book 2020 Vision, available through Feldheim Publications. Also, again, you have Central Park Sinai from Jonathan Davis, and World Storm, which is available through Israel Bookshop. And if you don't want to go out and purchase a book, you have articles weekly in the Jewish Press, I understand?
Jewish Press and Yated Ne'eman. Also, I have a website, www.2sinai.com, or 2020visionthebook.com. You can get the books through there. Amazon.com also.
Okay.
BarnesandNoble.com.
So you're all over.
You're all over. Be'ezus Hashem.
And you also go around speaking in different communities.
We absolutely do. My wife and I both speak together.
Okay.
And Yossi, I want to thank you so much. I wish Hatzlacha to you also.
Amen. Okay, well, thank you very much, Roy Neuberger.